I've had a mixed relationship when it comes to anime. Back in my late teens and 20s, aka my dumb bitch phase, I used to be outspokenly anti-anime. I'd say that the art style just looks the same, which, you know, it kinda does. But that would somehow mean that all anime lacked creativity or even good animation. So basically the CalArts argument, I am a dumb bitch. I'd put this down to a lack of exposure. Growing up, I'd see anime shows like Octane and Samurai Pizza Cats, and I saw the Street Fighter movie at some point, perhaps when I wasn't supposed to. And while Japan Animation Studios had a hand in many of my favorite shows, I missed out on a lot of the seminal and definitive anime, aka that good shit. I mean, where do I even begin with long-running shows like Dragon Ball, Naruto, and One Piece? It's too late for me. Go on without me. No, wait, come back. Maybe I didn't have the friends to recommend me this stuff, or my bias just couldn't get over itself. But I've been sleeping on anime for way too long, and without a waifu pillow. Well, if I'm going to buy a bunch of anime, I'm going to need my wallet. And oh no! Criminals are siphoning money right from my pocket! This video is sponsored by Ridge Wallet. Ridge Wallets are slim, light, and minimalist, so it doesn't create any awkward bulges. Look at this nonsense. Who needs all these receipts and bacon and backup bacon? Ridge Wallets are able to hold up to 12 cards plus room for cash. Don't worry, Your Majesty, I won't leave you.
Thank you, Derek.
There's tons of colours and styles with a lifetime warranty, and it's RFID secure, so no tasty money for you, Mr. Criminal.
Oh, man.
You can get 10% off plus free shipping and returns by going to the link below and using the code word Eddache. Bacon not included. So as I hit my 30s, it was finally time to dip my toe into the swimming pool of anime. And by dip my toe, I mean dive bomb into the deep end and immediately drown. This is the first scene of the first episode of Kill la Kill by Studio Trigger. Okay, I'm in. Ryuku Matoi ventures into an academy to avenge her father's death and finds a talking, transforming sailor uniform, okay, that makes her more powerful the more naked she gets. During her quest, she stays with fellow classmate Mako, who is very precious protect the beat. Whilst there, the running gag is that all the male members of her family are incredibly lecherous, including the father. Incredibly big yikes. Okay, it's clear that this is meant to be played for laughs rather than, predatory. So as long as it doesn't get any weirder than that. Oh no! Anime was a mistake. Kill la Kill is an incredible show. I'd never seen action sequences like this before, and the animation and the characterization was jaw-dropping. And it's worth noting that in Japanese, fashion is fashion, which is very similar to fasho, meaning fascism. So Kill la Kill's naked means power thing is anti-fascism. And speaking as the junior vice president of Antifa, I approve. But my full enjoyment was held back by some of the mental gymnastics required to navigate some of these, let's just say, more raunchier elements. Let's try something different. So eventually my attention was drawn to anime that carried more of a legacy, such as AKIRA and Neon Genesis Evangelion. I looked up how to pronounce this and they said it was Evangelion, not Evangelion, so hate them, not me. I was captivated by the aesthetic, not just the remarkable and painstaking animation quality, but the stunning shots of the city and of computer screens. There's some indescribable appeal of this retro anime look. It just feels so visceral. The grain, the imperfections make it feel tangible and real, and it really cemented my love of synthwave, vaporwave, and lo-fi hip-hop beats to write video essays to. The action sequences are a mix of an unglorifying grotesque and a meticulous detail. You can't help but be in awe of what clearly looks like took forever to make. But I didn't get it. There's clear allegories to Hiroshima, so one could assume that the stories are allegorical in nature too, not to be taken literally. But I came away from Neon Genesis unclear of what the meaning was supposed to be. I'd watched the Netflix version, which I know comes with some disappointing alterations to the lead's sexuality, whether there was something lost in translation, or a cultural difference I just wasn't accustomed to. I couldn't help coming away from these feeling sad, like I'd missed something important, like I was a letdown to the hours of labor in every shot. It would be easy to Google the answers, but that's like cheating an anime exam, and I'd rather just admit failure. The hip-hop studies girl would be very disappointed in me. My quest led me to a giant I had long ignored, Studio Ghibli. Or Studio Ghibli. Look, no one seems to agree on how to say this, so let's just say Ghibli, and if you want to hate me, don't, because it'll just make me sad. Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, My Neighbor Totoro. I devoured these movies like Ghibli food, each one feeling like a spiritual journey in of itself. It's warm and comforting and safe, but everyone knows this. I'm not saying anything new. Bad video essay, bad. But Ponyo affected me in a way I had not experienced before. You see, prior to this, my only experience of Ghibli was from a bad faith YouTube reviewer who, despite stressing that they did enjoy the film, still set out to nitpick the film to pieces, scene by scene, leaving me with warped expectations. I won't say who it was, but I watched it so you don't have to. When I finally did see Ponyo, it was at 3 AM with a child who couldn't sleep, and I put it on, assuming very little, and it hit me hard. I probably cried like 3 times. You're told this story almost exclusively from the perspective of the children, so you too see their sense of wonder and joy. There's just something soul-enriching about this hug. Even without context, the embrace feels so impactful that it sings to my inner child. I won't pretend this is my favourite movie, but on pure feeling alone, it just makes me incredibly happy. I wish I'd experienced this sooner. It was coming to the end of 2019 before the whole everything happened, and a gift went around saying that this is the last day this joke will work. It was of a schoolgirl eating some bread, discovering the expiry date is on the underside, but I had to find out, what is this show? NICHIJOU was such a curveball, I didn't know what to expect. And apparently no one did, because it got cancelled after 26 episodes. Each one too expensive to animate, low TV ratings, and the critical reception was mixed. But not only did it gain a cult following, it had critics change their mind, even ones who had originally gave scathing reviews. This was gonna be strange. NICHIJOU, aka My Ordinary Life, is about a group of schoolgirls and their everyday lives, doing things like homework, playing games, hanging out. And that's basically it. No giant robots, no space battles, no nightmare monsters. There isn't even really a plot. The only high stakes around here are things like getting the wrong lunch. But that's where this show excels. By keeping the stakes low, it becomes an insight into being an awkward teen again and how emotionally charged even the most trivial of things can seem like. It's told in short chapters, which makes them feel more like a slice of life or anecdotes. It seems disjointed, leaping from moment to moment with little connectivity, lifting inspiration from its short-form manga origins, but life isn't a well-told story, but a series of memories, and unreliable, biased ones at that, which makes even the crazier moments feel more relatable. Chapters are often separated by what seem like a view from a window. They serve no purpose, but become moments of tranquility. It shows how the normal can still be in its own way beautiful. And that's what this show is at its heart. A celebration of the ordinary. Okay, now I have to talk about the robot girl, the child scientist, and the talking cat. The closest to a plot the show has is the story of Nano, a robot girl deeply embarrassed about the massive wind-up key on her back and other absurd features. She desperately wants to be normal and her life is anything but. It could be argued that the show's adoration of the ordinary is from her perspective. But as we also see, even the normal has oddities, and this show revels in them. Despite Nano's paranoia, the others celebrate her differences and their own, rather than blend in like robots. And I love this message, because the truth is, no one is normal. We all have our differences, our quirks, our oddities, some less in our control than others, and that's to be celebrated. Maybe that's why the show had such an odd reaction when it came out, because its love of the normal defied the norms. And despite the cancellation, it still manages to end the series with a nice, warm-hearted, well-rounded note. So I'm proud to say I'm officially a weeb. My journey doesn't stop here. I've also been enjoying Agritsuko and Studio Trigger's latest show, B&A, but my lesson has been that anime isn't really a genre, but a medium. And to strike out everything that fell under that umbrella is to lose out on so much variety, from the beautiful to the ugly, from the funny to the sad, from the explosive to the tranquil. For 30 years, I've robbed myself of these unique experiences. But on the plus side, I'm excited to catch up. Well, apart from One Piece, because there's like 900 episodes. I can't watch 900 episodes, are you crazy?
And it turned out the real One Piece was just the friends we made along the way. Are you kidding me?
It's like one of my Japanese animes.
I just want to give a massive shout out to Freddie Thomas from the CC Network, who actually edited this video for me. Normally I edit the videos all by myself, but I needed help with this, and Freddie helped out. So thank you so much for that, and if you guys are interested, then please consider supporting me on Patreon.